This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning into another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. The Knicks force a Game 6. Have they figured something out? Let's analyze. Folks, I had a feeling going into this game that things would be a little different. And I knew it would start with El Capitan, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, for some reason, locally, people have been questioning, if people are like, oh, he's being outplayed by Tyrese Halliburton. I'm like, don't let that triple-double fool you. And then people are like, oh, Brunson needs to play more like Halliburton for the Knicks to have a chance. No, Brunson just has to be Brunson. His 10th 30-point game already in the postseason. It's not even close, the amount of points that have been scored by the captain. 500, what was it? I thought I saw it was 510 points, something like that. And then the closest person to him after that was Karl Anthony Towns. Man, listen, shout out to El Capitan and shout out to Karl Anthony Towns for playing through the injuries and helping the Knicks save their season. Shout out to them. Jalen Brunson dropped 32 points. He was 12 for 18 field goal wise, and then he had 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Karl Anthony Towns, 24 points. He was at 50% from the field and 13 rebounds. Folks, so I asked the question. The Knicks won, and this was wire to wire. They ended up winning this thing. I mean, it was not even close. I think what was the final score? 111-94. And I thought that there was no way the Knicks were going to lose Game 5. There was no way. And I was watching Inside the NBA afterwards, and Shaq and Chuck made a point that they just didn't play. They didn't play with force, and they didn't give the Knicks any credit at all. And I mean, look, what was it? Last Game 4, the Knicks gave up 43 points in the first quarter. Great defense. And then in this game, they only gave 45 points in the first half. So I got a question for you guys. Did the Knicks figure something out? Well, we're going to find out on Saturday, right? Because the Knicks, before Game 3, they were 0-9 in Indiana, and it was, say what you will, it was people would say a miraculous game by Karl Anthony Towns, but the Knicks are used to that, right? I mean, you saw what they did to Boston Game 1 and 2. I think the Knicks have figured something out. I said all along, Indiana was a track meet, running up and down the Indy 500, and I've always said this, and I'm not disrespecting Halliburton. I think Halliburton has arrived. He is a star in this league, and he's played at times like a superstar, no question about it. But I felt that if he's not running, and the Pacers are not running, watch a few videos ago. I said the Pacers don't want to play half court, and they're not really a half court team. Borderline, I don't think they can like that. And I think that the Knicks went out of their way. They're like, no. We're not going to let you get that running start. We're not going to let you run up the court and then find the three-point shooters. And no. So the Knicks, by design, I think they made a concerted effort not to allow Halliburton to go off. I think, what did he have, 8 points? Pascal Siakam had 15, and single digits across the board, right? Aaron Naismith, 3 points. Miles Turner, 5. So this is a little, if you're, this performance by Indiana has me a little concerned because maybe they want to close out at the crib. I think the Knicks figured something out, y'all. I really do. And I'll tell you another person who figured something out. Benedict Mathurin. Another game. I mean, what did he have? 15 points last game, 23 points. So the Pacers have something there, right, with him. He's figured something out. But something that the reason why I think the Knicks figured something out going into the series, I already said that if you were to start, one-on-one, not a one-on-one, you're at the basketball court as a kid or just in general, man B, and who are the top 2 players going on teams? And it's going to be Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns. Then you're going to go to maybe Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam. That's how it would be. So going into the series, I said, look, listen, man, the Knicks, to me, have the 2 best players in the Eastern Conference Final, and they showed it tonight. So what is it going to take? I think the Knicks figured out you keep the Pacers from running, and you use your bench. Who's been asking for Thomas to play his bench? Well, anyway, he's finally doing it, right? You've got Landry Shamet playing, although I would have want him to play more. You've got and for the first time in the series, I mean, these guys are all pluses. Mikal Bridges, 12 points. And my bad, y'all. Maybe I was too harsh on him or the last video, but he's got to be better, and he was today. He had what did he have? He was a plus 13, 12 points. OG, 11 points. And then Cat, of course, he was a plus 26. And then the captain was a plus 18. And the great thing that I like here, everybody played under 40 minutes. That was great. I will say this, though. I don't know if you guys caught it, but I loved that Charles Barkley called Karl Anthony Towns out for the foolish fouls. And he said something like, why you always getting dumb fouls? And then Shaq goes, I was good question. I was going to ask him the same thing. And I think that was great. That was necessary. Charles Barkley, thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you very much for calling Karl Anthony Towns out on that, because I think maybe hearing it from Hall of Famers and top 50 guys, well, what is it, top 75 guys now, it means something, right? And I hope that, and he was being asked that, like, seriously, why do you do that? And I hope that, look, I don't think the Knicks would have been in this predicament if, obviously, they didn't make errors in game 1. The Knicks should be 3-2 right now. And then in many instances, people would have said the Knicks could have won game 3 as well, right? But this is where they are. I think, and I didn't like, by the way, that the fans were saying Knicks in 7. I'm like, don't poke the bear. Don't do that. But I really believe that, wait a minute, hold on. If the Knicks play like they played today, like they played in game 3 in the second half, utilizing these guys, and then we finally had a Precious Achiuwa sighting. I'm like, if you put Precious in there and help Cat, and like I said, Cat only played 36 minutes. Well, he led everyone on the Knicks with 36 minutes. With a guy who's injured like that, Tibbs, I maybe cut his minutes by about a minute or so, and then hopefully he doesn't get in foul trouble. Now that he spoke to Charles and Shaq, play some Precious You know, what did Tibbs play? He played, and it was garbage time, but for the most part, McBride had 18 minutes, Hart had 34, Dylan Wright had 10, and Landry Shamet had 14. So four guys. Precious played 6 minutes, and then Huckporty Airport got 1. So, and Payne was the lead Gatorade guy on the bench. Listen, I think the Knicks figured something out. I think the Knicks are road warriors. Listen, I think the Knicks are going to, the pressure goes back to Indiana. They're going to have to be ready. I didn't like, Tyrese Halliburton had a smirk or a smile on his face. And I would love nothing more than to watch the Knicks say, see you back at the crib, see you back at MSG for Game 7. A place, obviously, that they eliminated the Knicks last year. But as long as Karl Anthony Towns is playing in these games, Jalen Brunson continues to be El Capitan, I think the Knicks will go into 7. And I think the Knicks are about to do something that they've never done. The Knicks have never come back 3-1-1. They did it last in 95, and I believe that was the finger roll game by Patrick Ewing. So, listen, what say you guys? Well, what say you? I mean, is clearly a lot of Knicks fans, Knicks in 7. I didn't like that, but it is what it is. It is out there now. Knicks fans, how do you feel? Knicks in 7? Are we coming back to MSG? Let me know in the comments. Now it's that time. The Braves' Chris Sale makes history as the fastest to reach 2,500 career strikeouts. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, folks. I'm on most social media platforms at SamIAnalyze. Please like, share, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.